Either what woman having 10 pieces of silver? Okay, so he says, now the Greek word for silver here, it's not just ordinary silver.
Having 10 pieces of silver, the word is drachme. It means a precious silver. It wasn't just an iron or a base metal, but it was a valuable silver.
It's a word, drachme, which is a really precious kind of silver. You know, and he says, it's not iron, it's not tin. I mean, it's a precious silver. It's like, hey, dipstick, silver isn't iron or any other metal. Like, well, you have to go back to the Greek and tell us, this isn't just an ordinary kind of silver here. Now, here's what he's missing. When you read the New Testament, there is an ordinary word for silver that's used all the time, right? But here, it doesn't use that word. But you want to know why it doesn't use that word here? Because it's 10 pieces of silver, and what it actually is it's 10 drachmas. Okay, now who's ever heard of a drachma? This isn't really that crazy of a word. Okay, so if you're reading this in Greek, if you're sitting with your cup of coffee and reading your Bible reading in the Greek, you're going to come to this verse, and it's going to say, 10 drachmas, for these two words, the 10 pieces of silver, right? But because the English reader may not know what a drachma is, he just tells you that a drachma is a piece of silver. A drachma is a coin. It's a type of money. It's a money denomination. It's not some special kind of silver. It's this really special, valuable kind of silver. Hey, moron, all silver is valuable. It's silver. It's a piece of silver. It's not iron. Well, thank you for telling us it's not iron. I thought it was copper. I thought it was aluminum. But he's going back to the Greek, trying to sound smart, but he ends up sounding like an idiot because he says, drachme. Hey, dipstick, it's pronounced drachma. That's like saying, you know, I went down to Mexico and I enjoyed a taco. I was able to get some authentic Mexican food in my world travels. I'm very well traveled. In fact, I speak Spanish fluently, and I really enjoy tacos. It's like, hey, moron, can you learn the first letter of the Greek alphabet? You know what the first letter is? Alpha. Alpha says ah. Alpha says ah.
So let's start with the first letter, alpha. Alpha is a vowel and also the first letter of the Greek alphabet. What sound does it make? In Greek, the name of each letter begins with its own sound. This means the sound of alpha is A.
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. 10 drachmas. That's how it's pronounced, with the accent on the second syllable. 10. But see, he wasn't, you think the guy reads the Bible in Greek? He didn't even learn the first letter. He does not even know the first letter of the Greek alphabet. Alpha says, ah. Put him in a Greek kindergarten. But he's like, you know, if you go back to the Greek, it's a special word, drachme. Well, drachme, silly. Well, drachme with a spoon. What is a drachme? What kind of garbage is that? Now, if you take it in the singular, it'd be drachmi. Or in their stupid Erasmian Plato and cowboy boots pronunciation, it would be like drachme. But you're never going to get drachme because the first letter says ah. It's alpha. But you know what? This guy's not reading a Greek New Testament. Now look, I read the Greek New Testament every day. Do you hear me going back to the Greek in my sermons and telling you that the King James is wrong and that it's a special kind of silver? No! I read it every day. This guy's never read it in his life. But he gets up and sounds smart. Oh, you know, if you read it in the Greek here, it's a special word, drachme. No, he's reading a commentary. He's reading a commentary, and the commentary told him, oh, this is a special word. And he's looking at it in English letters, D-R-A-C-H-M-A, and he's looking at it like, drachme. It's fake preaching. It's not from his own Bible reading and study. He's just repeating junk that he read in a commentary. And then, of course, he gets the classic, because he's preaching in Luke 15. He gets to the classic where the prodigal son comes home and the father runs to meet him. And he says, Middle Eastern men just don't run.
Middle Eastern men didn't run. It was disgraceful. It was beneath them. It was undignified.
Oh, I wonder where he got that, because I've heard that a few times before. Like I heard that from John MacArthur. I heard that from a bunch of people. Oh, Middle Eastern men just don't run. Oh, really? That's funny, because the most common mention of running in the Bible is people running to meet Jesus. And all the great prophets in the Bible, they're all recorded as running. Elijah was a great runner. Solomon was a great runner. The men of God in the Bible are constantly running. Philip runs to meet the Ethiopian eunuch. The rich young ruler, he is a real humble guy. No, he's a prideful man, and he ran to Jesus. The rich young ruler ran. The multitude ran. He gets in a boat. He goes, they run. Running. When you read the New Testament, a lot of running. A lot of running going on. But Middle Eastern men just don't run. That's what Pastor Polka Dot tells us. Why? Because he's just regurgitating junk. Drake May, Middle Eastern men don't run. It's just all junk that he got to have a commentary. A bunch of fake preaching is what it is.